We continue with Adam Laxalt and Senator Tim Scott. In a moment, we'll be joined by Utah Senator Mike Lee will join us. All right, let's go over these issues. When you talk about the high crime, I think Senator Scott nailed it. We refund the police, right? When we talk about high gas and energy prices, we go back to energy independence?
Not hard.
Not that hard, right? When we talk about open borders, we go back to the Trump policies on the border?
Yes.
Not that hard?
Remain in Mexico.
Yes.
Remain in Mexico, finish the wall?
Finish the wall.
Okay, when we talk about law and order, and when we talk about our school system, I don't think it's that complicated. Why do Democrats, why are they so against allowing parents to choose where to send their kids to school?
Well, this is just part of this whole elite mentality. They think they know better than we do. And so they think they have a worldview that they're supposed to impose on our children. And it's up to all of us to fight back against that, tooth and nail.
Why do people on the left think they have a specific role to circumvent values that parents want to instill in their kids and teach them, I would argue, in many cases, age-inappropriate material, and that's gender identity, that's, sex, whatever.
Drag queen
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. We are in Vegas.
You know, the bottom line is that it is pure radical indoctrination, and they know exactly what they're doing. They have a worldview, they want to impose it on our kids, and they know that parents don't support this, and they're going that next step. They're trying to criminalize parents for trying to protect their kids for a set of values that we all believe in. It's really getting out of control.
Is there anybody you speak to that's against America being energy independent? Because I don't meet a single person.
If they had to run on the Green New Deal and the ramifications, they'd get no votes. No. We all know they just shove it through the back end. And the very first election in modern time where people actually get to vote on this with the gas prices, they're going to lose on this issue dramatically. This is my problem with the Democrats and the left. Go sell it. Go tell America that the Green New Deal will equal, it's going to be much higher than $6 a gallon. We all know that. If he wasn't tapping the strategic reserve, it'd be higher than $6 in this state right now.
California now is well over $6.50 a gallon. By the way, you're getting a lot of people moving from California here.
We are.
I have a message to them. If they're going to move here, leave their politics behind.
You don't
need it here.
We have bumper stickers. Don't California or Nevada.
Don't California.
Paternalism. The Democrats are paternalistic. They think that we all need parents. Think about that. In education, 70% of African Americans, 74% of Hispanics, 80% of dual households, income households, all agree with school choice. School choice is common sense. Every single zip code in America deserves quality education. They have been bought and sold by big labor unions in education. It's not the parents, it's big labor that controls the Democrats.
But they control them. So there's this unholy alliance, right, between teachers' unions and the Democratic Party.
Yes.
And the teachers' unions take money from rank-and-file teachers. They funnel it into political campaigns. They help Democrats get elected, and then they get to write COVID policy that is not beneficial for kids and not putting kids at the top of the list.
Absolutely. When I had a piece of legislation to put kids back into school, his opponent voted it down. The Biden administration is responsible for the largest drop in math scores in the history of this country.
Wow. And that's saying a lot.
That's terrible. Our kids deserve better.
Yeah.
They deserve better. Their parents are standing up. And when the parents stand up, it's the Biden administration's DOJ that say that they're domestic terrorists. This is an alternate universe.
So we're about to...
I can't believe it.
They're all... According to Chuck Grassley, Ron Johnson, Jim Jordan, there are 20 to 30, maybe more FBI whistleblowers, DOJ whistleblowers, that are telling the story that the FBI has been politicized, the DOJ has been weaponized. Didn't we see that? For example, contempt of Congress. Janet Reno was held in contempt of Congress. She never got arrested. Yeah. She never got charged. You can go to Eric Holder, same thing with him. Lois Lerner, same thing with her. Steve Bannon, not only arrested, charged, 4 months in jail. Well, this shouldn't be political.
Absolutely.
Is that equal application and is that equal justice?
Lady Justice is not blind.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing under this administration.
But we see it a lot.
And I would just say, as the former top cop of this state, we work with line FBI. There's plenty of great FBI agents. The media tries to do this big gotcha when I say that the top of the FBI, the politicals, have politicized this agency, and it's dangerous. They have so much power. And if we're going to give them this much power, we darn well better expect them to use it properly. And the fact of the matter is it's become hyper-politicized. Everybody knows it, except the media, the mainstream media.
Yeah.
They're completely ignoring it. People are very nervous about this out here in Nevada, I can tell you that.
How do you feel about voter integrity issues in Nevada? And I ask you that question through this prism. You might remember Harry Reid, pretty famous interview, said, we won, didn't we? When asked whether or not it was an honest election. I think you know the quote I'm talking about. My question is, do you worry about it? Do you feel that
what they did in 2020, 90 days before the election, the Democrats went in with no Republican votes, and they gave us the first ever universal mail-out balloting election. Ballot harvesting was a felony day 91, became legal method of voting day 90. And so it's a system that we thought on our side we were not ready for. And, you know, we can't relitigate 2020. It is better now. We have more poll workers. We have more poll watchers. But in the end of the day, Nevadans have to turn out. We need a new governor. We need to get rid of ballot harvesting, drop boxes, and universal mail.
maybe I'm old-fashioned. What if we made voting a national holiday? Now, for the sick, the infirm, the elderly, they can have mail-in ballots that they request. Or if you're going to be out of the country or out of the state, and you still would like to vote and participate. But why not paper ballots in every state, have partisan observers, all sides, watch the vote count start to finish. You fill out your paper ballot, you put it in the box. At the end of the night, they dump them out, they start counting. Everybody watches it up close and in person, and we get the result at the end of the night. Is that hard?
Every single thing we do to make sure that every single American has confidence in voting is very important. The laws that we've seen change on the state level, like in Georgia, has actually produced stronger voter integrity.
Jim Crow 2.0?
That's why I went to the floor of the Senate and said, those people must be smoking crack because they've lost their minds, literally. I shouldn't say that on TV. Anyways, it's too late now. Think about it this way. Think about it this way. In Georgia, they said asking for water from a nonpartisan was Jim Crow 2.0. I'm a man from the South, a black man from the South. That is offensive. I remember Jim Crow. I remember the stories my grandfather told me. When I look at the laws in Georgia, they are so far away from Jim Crow. And as a matter of fact, the proof is in the pudding. This cycle, the largest African-American turnout in the history of Georgia, Republicans care about voting. And we want fairness in voting.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.